sneakers and no belt like it was no biggie, right? like he's Tesla, tapping into the atmosphere. I know, this is always uncomfortable. I know, you bought into it, right? That whole advertising, the way they aligned themselves with some of the greatest people of all time. Jesus, Gandhi, me! Remember that? Muhammad Ali, John Lennon, this guy! How the fuck was that dude like any of them? Gandhi didn't have a sweatshop. Nah, he didn't have people leaping to their deaths only to catch a net and get ricocheted back through the window to have to put together yet another iPad. John Lennon didn't have children in his basement pressing those fucking albums. I know. New phone can't fit the old charger. This is your hero? This is the guy? This is what all the silence is about? New phone can't fit the old charger, so then you gotta throw it out, ends up in the ocean around some octopus's neck. Do you realize how much sea life is ecstatic that that man is no longer walking the earth? That's where it all ends up, you know. Doesn't go in a landfill, ends up in the ocean. You realize that? I hate people who say I don't pollute. I don't pollute. Yeah, you do. You use shit and you throw it out. Well, you think because you put it in like a basket, it just poof, disappears? Everything you ever used is somewhere. You ever think about that? Remember that flannel shirt you bought back in the day when you got into Pearl Jam? That's out there somewhere. Probably on some porpoise's face. He's trying to get it off. Stupid little flippers. All the fads. You remember rollerblading? Remember that? Everybody had them. We set up cones, we did little tricks, right? One little homophobic joke killed that entire fad. What's the hardest thing about rollerblading? Telling your parents you're gay. Full-grown adults. Dude, I'm not gay. I don't have the cooties. These mean I suck dick. And they just threw them out. They end up in the ocean. They're made out of plastic. They can't biodegrade. They just break down to little cubes. Fish are breathing them in. 6 months later, you're going out, you're getting sushi. You think you're being healthy. You're eating your old rollerblades. I'm becoming a psycho. I've realized that about myself. I am. I watch conspiracy theory and like slap fights till like 2 in the morning on YouTube, you know? Yeah, I start like piecing shit together. I'm becoming that guy. I'm like that guy, you know, when you sit there, you're sitting there drinking in a bar and all, you know, some guy's cool, you're talking about the game, then all of a sudden he's just like, you know, there's no gold behind our currency. You realize that? You're like, oh yeah, that's great. Pick up your drink, just fucking walk away. Oh, that's what I'm becoming. Totally into conspiracy. That's why I think Barack Obama is going to win the election. I think they're going to let him win. Because they're in the process of bankrupting this country, and I think that they need a black guy to blame it on. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Dude, it'll totally feed into the rednecks. They'll be like, you see what happened? Dude, he's only half black. Well, that's the half that did it. That's what happened. I bet the white half was saying. That's what, you know, see, I'm just fucking losing people. I am. I just look at TV and nothing makes sense to me. I'm sick of them telling me shit is shocking that is completely obvious. Crocodile hunter dies. Oh, can you fucking... Yes, I can totally believe it. It's why I watch the show. I watched it every week because I knew eventually he was going to fucking die. And I wanted to see it. Right? Oh, I like that dog, the bounty hunter video, or the phone message he left. You know, people are like, can you believe he left that racist message? It's like, dude, look at him. Look at him. Some redneck with a mullet down to his ass. He drives a pickup. He's got the gloves with the fingers cut off. Yeah, who would have thought he had a couple of fucked up ideas rolling around in his head, you know? Dude, you know what would have been shocking? If he could play the cello. That would have been shocking, right? Yeah, then you'd be sitting there like, God damn, look at Doc. Here it is. I thought he was some racist on his way to a steak and shake, and he's busting out a little Beethoven. God damn, I owe this guy an apology, you know? God, I'd love to see his iPod. I can't imagine the eclectic mix of music.
This is how much time I spend alone on the road, man. I actually spent so much time alone on the road, I actually like contemplated milk to the point I can't even fucking drink it anymore. Sitting there drinking, like, man, this stuff is great, tastes awesome, you know? Then I started thinking, it comes out of the carton, and I just did the police work, it comes out of a cow, and I'm like, I am fucking suckling from another species. We have such a crazy relationship with cows. You ever think about that? No, you can nurse from it, you can eat it, right? You can tip it over when it's sleeping, but if you fuck it, you're going to jail. All right, I'm thinking about getting a dog, everybody. I am. No, I'm at the point. Nothing alive is dependent on me. I gotta get out of this tailspin, man. So I'm thinking about getting a dog. My girlfriend wants me to like adopt a dog. She's like, you want to adopt a dog? We should rescue one. You want to do that? I'm like, no, I don't. She's like, why not? I go, because I think a lot of those dogs, they're a little fucked in the head. Yeah, how do you think they ended up down there? It's like, dude, that's not a pet store. That's like doggy death row, all right? Why don't we just go to a prison and like adopt an inmate on the off chance that maybe they didn't commit the crime, you know, just roll the dice? Dude, fuck that. I want a brand new 2008 Bulldog, all right? I don't want some like 1995, half a Labrador. It's got part of its ear chewed off, you know? Every time I go to use the toaster, it starts freaking out. You know, because his last owner hung him from the ceiling fan every time the Jets didn't cover the over, you know? Dude, that is an animal. That thing could kill you. If a squirrel wanted to fuck me up, if it just started running at me, by the time I processed, like, is that a rat? Is that mechanical? By the time I figured it out, it would have ran up my leg and just taken chunks out of my ear. Then I got to tell that story for the rest of my life, sitting in a bar. Dude, what happened to you? A fucking squirrel, right? Never get laid again. That's what I'm saying, right? I get one of those crazy dogs, get up at like 3 in the morning to take a leak, right? I'm shuffling to the bathroom, and that's the exact moment his previous owner used to come home shit-faced and beat the crap out of the dog, right? I got no clue. I'm just, sitting there shuffling to the bathroom. Meanwhile, the dog's getting all amped up, like, fuck this shit, man. I promised myself I wouldn't let this happen again, all right? Time to man up, man up. Ah! It's flying at me. Takes a big chunk out of my neck. Then what? I'm laying on the ground bleeding. What are they going to do with the dog? They're going to take him right back down to the prison like some repeat offender, have like shackles on him and stuff. He's just sitting there hopping back in. We knew you'd be back. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Get me a milk bone, you know? Wheel him in like Hannibal Lecter with like that lampshade around his neck. I got to work on my temper, though. Something I really got to do. I let like the thoughts just spin away, you know? I was on a plane the other day. I actually had the urge to elbow an old lady in the face. It was like compelling. It was unbelievable. You know, when you go to get off a plane, there's like rules when you go to get off the plane, all right? It goes row by row by row. And this lady was all like, ooh, I'm 90. I get to cut everybody, right? So I'm competitive. I start fucking boxing her out, right? Start bringing down like the overhead luggage, you know? So she just starts like waddling around me. And all of a sudden I just feel my elbow like, dude, you're going to take this shit? This is ridiculous, man. The whole half of the plane is watching it. Come on, man. Come on, man. Dude, we got a wide open shot. Just real light. Poof. You don't got to hit it that hard. And then you can play it off. I'm literally talking to my elbow like, dude, come on, man. We can't do this shit, all right? This chick's like 95 years old. We can't do it. I thought I had my body under control, and she got like to right about there, and then I felt my foot like, dude, we could still trip her. Still trip her. Still trip her. Just throwing that out.
I'm sick of Obama's wife. Yeah. This isn't some Republican rant either. It's just kind of first ladies in general. You know, I don't know what it is. All throughout my life, with each presidency, like these first ladies, they've just gotten more and more like chatty. You know? More and more chiming in, like leaning into the frame, spitting out their ideas. It's just like, well, why are you talking? Right? You weren't elected. Shut up. Your husband's not running a lemonade stand here. He's running the country. You don't just chime in. Let me guess, is this considered sexist? It is? Why? Oh, okay, you just nodded there, lady. Let me ask you this, all right? Let's say you had a leak in your house, okay? You call a plumber up. He shows up, and he goes, yeah, I think the leak's coming from the upstairs bathroom. We need to shut it up, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden his wife walks in, who isn't a plumber. And then goes, hey, you know, I'm actually thinking it's kind of pretty high. Wouldn't you be like, with all due respect, shut the up. I need a plumber in this moment. I'll extend an olive branch here. All right, at some point, there's going to be the first female president, right? Exactly. Which means at that moment, you're going to have the first male first lady, right? And when that happens, that dude needs to shut his trap. I don't want to hear a word out of him. I want to hear from the president. You, sir, go do some first lady stuff, all right? Go get yourself some gloves that go up to your elbows. Smile and nod during speeches. Go put your own flair, redecorating the White House, right? Which leads you to Michelle Obama, right? Now she's sitting there holding up those hashtags. Remember that hashtag, bring back our girls? Remember that? It's like, it blew my mind. It's like, why are you showing me that? I'm a stand-up comedian. Like, what am I gonna do to get those girls back? Why don't you look across the dinner table? It's like, you see that guy? That is the leader of the free world. Tell him to pick up a phone, call some Navy SEALs and solve it. What am I gonna do? Show up with a sharpened mic stand? Hey, Michelle said to bring him back. Oh, it's unreal. I'll tell you what kills me. Hillary Clinton might run. She might run. That blows my mind. I mean, honestly, she became a senator. She went from being the president's wife to being a senator. Just like that. Lateral move. That's like Tom Brady's wife becoming the next quarterback of the Rams. It's like, what, you hanging out? You just pick it up? I sucked at sports, and then I banged Tom Brady, and I don't know what happened. I just picked up a ball. I started lacing it. I'm leading receivers. It was incredible. I knew it was going to be like this. You know what's funny? There's actually people out there that think a woman being president is actually a good idea. You know? Can you believe that? See that they do? That'll do something. That'll change things. How? How the is that going to change anything? Do you know what the president makes a year? The president makes $400 grand a year. That's it. He's trying to keep billionaires in line, making $400 grand a year. That's all he makes. He makes less than some people blogging on the internet. The president should have you money, right? He shouldn't be sitting there with his pockets turned inside. I need your help to get me the job, right? What do you guys all donate to the campaign? Is that what it is?
I'm at that age where everybody I know is getting married. Let me ask you a question. Why the hell do people keep getting married? You know what I mean? Isn't anybody looking at the stats? You know what I mean? 3 out of 4 marriages go right down the shitter, right? If you were going skydiving and they told you 3 out of 4 parachutes weren't going to open, you'd be like, yo, fuck that, I'm not going. Like, I don't like those odds. I have a 75% chance of splatting on the ground. But there's something about getting married. People just have to do it, right? They're just like, is this the line to lose half my shit? Awesome. This is gonna be great. No, I'm just kidding. I love women. I'm just not compatible with them. No, they got too much energy for me. You notice I said they always have to be doing something. You know, like they can't like take a day off, you know? You can't have a day off when you have a girlfriend. They just like see that open day. They're like, oh my God, let's fucking fill it up with shit. They just come at you with like one horrible idea after another. They have the worst ideas. They do. You ever get to this one, they'll be like, you want to go to brunch? You want to go to brunch on Sunday? And inside you're like, fucking no! But you can't say that. You got to keep her happy, right? So what do? You agree? Yeah, let's go to brunch. What a great idea. Why would you want to sleep in on a Sunday when you can go pay $52 for eggs? Now you're thinking. Then we can sit around and listen to your friends have moronic conversations about the eggs, you know, like, is that pesto?
Is that pesto in your omelet? Oh, it's asparagus. It's asparagus. I thought it was pesto.
I was dating this girl recently. She was like really into like women's issues, you know? Because women always go on TV, you know, they say all they want is to be treated exactly like guys. But if you listen to them, they don't. All they want is the good shit of being a guy. They're cherry picking. They look at a guy's life like it's like a buffet, right? Like you just can start picking out stuff, like same amount an hour, we'll take some of that. Pay for the movie, fuck that. You can keep that one, I don't like that one. This is nice, that's yucky, that's icky. Hey, come on, people, you can't choose. This girl gives me shit. She goes, well, why does a guy make more an hour to do the exact same job? I go, I'll tell you why. Because in the unlikely event that we're both on a Titanic and it starts to sink, for some fucked up reason, you get to leave with the kids and I have to stay. That's why I get the $1 more an hour. Oh, it's $1 an hour surcharge. You hear a bump in the night, I gotta go check it out. Like, yes, he does have a knife. Anytime there's a hostage situation, who do they negotiate for? Well, at least let the women and children go. Well, what about me? You think I want to stay in the vault? Those 20 other sweaty guys sharing a bag of peanuts, you know? Praying to God I'm not the hostage who gets dragged out by the psycho with a gun to my head as he's asking the cops for a helicopter. Which I know he's not going to get, right? I know he's not getting the helicopter. So now I gotta make idle conversation with the 38 to my head going, dude, go for a rent-a-car. I think you should go for the rent-a-car. See what I'm saying? Where are all those feminists then? You can't find them. They had no feminists in a house fire. You can take the most hardcore feminist, you know, some chick right in your face, you chauvinistic son of a bitch, you know, little short, little haircut, you know. Second those flames break out, she'll twist those little hairs into pigtails. Oh, I'm just a girl. I want to go play jump rope. No, that's why I hated that movie, the Titanic. Every girl I meet thinks that movie's romantic. It's irritating. I think that was really romantic, don't you think? It's like, no! It's a fucking horror film. And they're always like, why? I'm like, because all the guys die. See, you're watching it trying to relate, going, who would I be? You'd be that chick floating away in the big piece of luggage, right? I'm watching it going, who would I be? I'd be that dude when, like, the boat breaks in half, that dude who, like, falls straight down and bangs off the shit and goes in the water. That's who I'd be. I'd be wearing a tuxedo, not because I wanted to, but you wanted to dress up that night, right? I'd be falling the whole way down going, I should have fucked that chick in first class. All right, listen, I'm out of time. You guys had a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
And because at the end of the party, my buddy was like, hey, man, he goes, I got that Mayweather Logan Paul fight. He goes, do you want to watch it? And I laugh. I go, no. And he laughed. He's like, you know, whatever. It's like, do I want to watch that? It's like, do you want to watch me go up against somebody who flew the space shuttle to see who's the better fucking pilot? Do you want to watch the guy who flies the space shuttle act like he can't fly as well as I can? Do you really want to sit and pay and watch that? But whatever. Me and my wife hadn't had a night out, and I got some family in town, so he invited us all over. I was like, all right, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. So we went over there, and oh my God. Jesus Christ. All I can say about that fight was I remember a long time ago when I was just starting out as a comedian, and I went into the Comedy Connection because there was a famous comic that was in town, and I wanted to see him. And he improv'd a lot of his shit, right? And I wanted to see what that was like because I was so afraid to improvise and shit. And I went in there, and it was like deathly quiet in there. Like, it was almost like I walked in thinking there was nobody on stage. And the guy was on stage, and he was just fucking eating his balls. Like, I don't even know what. I don't even know what to tell you. All right? And he got off stage. It was fucking brutal. It was one of the worst bombs I ever saw. And I just remember the crowd was walking out, just like it was a funeral. And I just remember this Boston chick walking out, and she just goes, "That was the biggest fucking waste of money." And my heart like sunk, and I was like, oh my God. It put the fear of God in me. I go, I hope nobody ever says that about a show that I did. Of course that happened, but I never forgot that. And that's what I thought after I watched that thing last night. I swear to God, the only reason why I didn't fall asleep was because you be polite at somebody's house. But like somewhere in the 5th round, when I realized he was just going to carry him for the whole fucking fight, I just kind of put my head back and closed my eyes. Then I was just like, don't do it. I'm up. Yeah, so, what are you going to do? But, I mean, you can't be upset if you ordered it. I mean, the fact that Muhammad Ali didn't knock out Lyle Alzado all those years ago, I mean, you know what this is. Okay? When the professional is fighting the person that's signing his check, you got to know that something is up.
Actually, Nerd Jesus died in the last year, right? Steve Jobs. Yeah, he died, right? I know, a lot of nerds here tonight. I know, you're sad. I didn't get it. I didn't get the big deal they made about that guy. When he died, they were like, he changed the world. That was insane. He changed the world. The world was one way, and then Steve Jobs came, and it was another. What did he do? Somebody, for the love of God, what the fuck did that guy do? What did he do? He told other people what to invent? I want my entire music collection in that phone. Get on it! Right? And then these poor, nameless, faceless scientists got to go in a back room and figure it out. How the fuck are we going to get all of this into this? I mean, what year does this guy think this is? This is crazy. This is like Buck Rogers. Dude, my kid has a birthday in like 11 months. Steve Jobs just walking by. I don't hear any thinking going on in there. Just strutting around the office, eating some pretentious fruit like a pear, right? Just throwing out ideas. There's another one. I just came up with on the way to work. I was reading a magazine the other day, turning pages, I like to turn pages on a screen that aren't even there. Yeah, wrap your fucking heads around that, guys. See you in 8 years. Where you going, Michael? Big, little, get on it. Right? And all these people slave away to make his vision come true. And then they have the big nerd fest, right? Down there at Comic-Con and all their nerd mecca. They're all showing up with their Acne and their Hulk shirts, limping into the arena, right? Does Steve Jobs go out with a whole chorus line of scientists? No, he goes out there by himself. Sneakers and no belt, like it was no biggie, right? like he's Tesla. Tapping into the atmosphere. I know, this is always uncomfortable. I know, you bought into it, right? That whole advertising, the way they aligned themselves with some of the greatest people of all time. Jesus, Gandhi, me. Remember that? Muhammad Ali, John Lennon, this guy. How the fuck was that dude like any of them? Gandhi didn't have a sweatshop. Nah, he didn't have people leaping to their deaths only to catch a net and get ricocheted back through the window to have to put together yet another iPad. John Lennon didn't have children in his basement pressing those fucking albums. I know. New phone can't fit the old charger. This is your hero? This is the guy? This is what all the silence is about? New phone can't fit the old charger, so then you gotta throw it out, ends up in the ocean around some octopus's neck. Do you realize how much sea life is ecstatic that that man is no longer walking the earth? That's where it all ends up, you know. Doesn't go in a landfill, ends up in the ocean. You realize that? I hate people who say I don't pollute. I don't pollute. Yeah, you do. You use shit and you throw it out. What, do you think because you put it in like a basket, it just poof, disappears? Everything you ever used is somewhere. You ever think about that? Remember that flannel shirt you bought back in the day when you got into Pearl Jam? That's out there somewhere. Probably on some porpoise's face. He's trying to get it off. Stupid little flippers. All the fads. You remember rollerblading? Remember that? Everybody had them. We set up cones, we did little tricks, right? One little homophobic joke killed that entire fad. What's the hardest thing about rollerblading? Telling your parents you're gay. Full-grown adults. Dude, I'm not gay. I don't have the cooties. These mean I suck dick. And they just threw them out. They end up in the ocean. They're made out of plastic. They can't biodegrade. They just break down to little cubes. Fish are breathing them in. 6 months later, you're going out, you're getting sushi. You think you're being healthy. You're eating your old rollerblades. All right, I'm out of time. You guys are great. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Well, what about Yul Brynner? Yul Brynner was the first white guy to rock it and be a movie star.
Oh, yeah.
The King and I, Westworld, the original Westworld, not the HBO series.
Do you know I tried to buy the rights to that like fucking 10 years ago?
You did?
Yeah.
Westworld?
Yeah. I don't know what I was going to, but I was just like, this is a movie that someone's going to want to redo because they were redoing all these movies from my childhood. And I was just like, I fucking love that movie. That thing really loans itself because we're not at the point where you can do any of this shit. So it's still in the future. You could totally, but they wanted like $1 zillion for it. I didn't realize it was a Michael Crichton book and all that. They wanted like millions and millions. And I was just like, all right, I thought I'd get it for like fucking 30 grand, like a Prius.
Have you watched the show?
Well, this is the thing. Then the second I sat down and I watched the show, I just watched the opening credits and I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God I didn't have the rights to that because there's no fucking way I could have pulled that off. Like all the things like the horse running and those tendons connecting. I've watched the first 2 episodes. I'm totally in and I've already bugged my agent to be like, dude, I will fucking, the same way when I saw Breaking Bad. I watched the first 2 episodes and I was like, dude, I will carry a tray of meth in the background, whatever you can fucking do. So I bugged him going like, I'm actually bullshitting. That's on my agenda today. When I get out of this, when I'm done here and I walk home with my elk meat, hopefully.
I got pounds for you.
I'm gonna bug him about trying to get on that thing. And there's a couple of actors in there that I've worked with that I'm just psyched that they're on. You know, you see friends of yours that are actually in there and they're on something that fucking cool.
My friend Tate was on last week's episode.
Yeah,
Westworld. He's on everything though. Tate's been in, I don't know, 100 movies probably, easily 100 movies.
I've always wondered if you know when you're doing something great because it's so hard when you're shooting it and how they just, all right, now his point of view, we'll do the master, back, and do all that type of stuff. And you just find yourself walking around. Was it good? Did it, because the camera crew's not saying anything. Everybody's fucking quiet. And it really comes down, though, to the editors and the music and all that. They can either take it to the next level or they can make something good look great and they can take something great look fucking horrific.
Well, some things start off great and then they don't know how to end it and they fuck it up. But there's something weird about having a friend in a movie where you're going, this movie's great. Oh, there's Tate. Like, it takes you out of it. It's like, oh, that's my friend. Like, this movie's bullshit.
Yeah, people always say it doesn't take me it doesn't take me out of it unless I see them like watching themselves. Like, I can't believe I'm in this scene with this guy. Then it like pulls me out. But like I buy in when I'm one of those guys. Like I don't like going to horror movies. Like they freak me out. I buy in. I don't give a fuck what the concept is. Like that fucking thing where the lady was like flipping the light switch off and then turning it on and then flipped it off and saw the thing again and then turned it on and then flipped it off. It was right there. I was literally at home. I'm like, stop fucking turning the lights on.
What movie is that?
Get out of there.
What movie's that?
I don't know. Like the movie was coming out and it was like the thing where she's like, when you look into a room and you shut the lights off, she shuts the lights off and all of a sudden there's this fucking thing there. Sort of a girl, sort of fucking beastly, and it's across the room so you can't quite see it. So she's like, what the fuck is that? Turns the lights on, it's gone. Shuts it off, it's there again, same spot. Turns the lights back on, it's not there. Shuts it off the 3rd time and it's right in her fucking grill. Yeah, scared the fuck out of me.
Blair
Witch.
Movie.
Blair Witch when they were going, dude, the movie didn't scare me. Ralphie May going, no, that didn't fucking scare
Fuck
me.
him. That movie scared the shit out of me.
I saw that movie by myself. I'd done a spot at the Laugh Factory. I went down to Mann's Chinese Theater, the one, the Hollywood Galaxy. I don't even know if that's still there anymore. Right next door. And I saw like the midnight showing by myself, dude. Freaked the
Was there other people in the theater?
Yeah, but nobody I knew, and it was like really sort of like there wasn't a lot of people there. And then that walk through the parking garage. Oh, dude, I was freaked.
I saw that movie in Houston, Texas. Chris McGuire and I did a show. We did a show at the old Laugh Stop. You ever do the old Laugh Stop in River Oaks?
Did I do that one?
Great club.
I think whatever the classic one was that Hicks and all those guys, it had just moved to the new spot.
The new spot sucked. The new spot was not good. But the old spot was amazing. And that's where I did my first album. That was I'm Gonna Be Dead Someday. I did in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
We did a show, and then McGuire and I met these kids that worked across the street at the movie theater. And they go, hey, we have the keys to the movie theater. Do you guys want to go watch the Blair Witch, just us? And we were like, holy shit, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we left. We had a 10 o'clock show. It's like midnight. We go across the street. They fucking cook up the popcorn, the whole deal. Gave us free soda, locked the door. You couldn't even do that today.
No.
You know, it was amazing. I mean, today everything's digital. You know, the kid spools up the reel and everything like that. And we sat down in the theater. It was like 3 of them and 2 of us. And we watched the Blair Witch and shit our pants. It was awesome.
Oh my God, Josh! The fucking screaming. I still remember that movie.
And the kid staring in the corner. Like, oh.
Oh, yeah, when they just sort of like went past it. Yeah, all of that shit where rather than just showing you sawing somebody's head off, just the idea.
Yeah.
When you think of, like, Tarantino talked about that where in Reservoir Dogs, he had one scene where they showed the guy hacking the ear off versus just panning away and hearing the guy screaming. It's just like it was way more fucking disturbing. That ruined that song for me for a long time. I always hear
what song was that?
Marvin Nash screaming. Now here's Stephen Wright's voice. Well, I don't know if I'm wrong, if I'm right. And he's in.
Yeah, that's something too.
Stop! Remember that when he's fucking? He threw.
No,
yeah, right.
Adding a fun song to a horrific scene.
Oh, that was so.
About that.
The powerlessness of just fucking. I can't deal with.
That's like Scarface. Remember Scarface when they cut the guy up with a chainsaw? He's tied up in the bathtub. Yeah. And they force Tony Montana to watch. He's getting splattered with blood as they hack his friend up.
Yeah, no, that's my mother took us to see that. She didn't know what it was. Took all of us to see it, and my youngest brother was like 9, I think. And if my mother said after this chainsaw scene we have to get out of here, I would have been like fine, because I've been watching that going, oh, that was really. I asked my mother years later. She was just like, well, yeah, I thought at that point, yes, that it might have been a little mature. That's what she says, mature for your youngest brother. But I was laughing. I was going, yeah, but you always took us to cool movies. She goes, yeah. She goes, that was a good movie. She goes, I'm going to take you to those stupid things. Like she was against like the whole she took us to For Love of Benji and Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo, and then my parents were just like, we're not fucking sitting through this shit. We're gonna go to a movie that we're gonna enjoy too. And then I went from that to like Stripes and like Scarface.
Your parents just said fuck kid movies.
Yeah, just said fuck it. Like if we're gonna go out, we're gonna go.
Hilarious.
Yeah, we're gonna see something. But listen,
Jamie, I'm sweating like a pig. Can you turn the AC on here?
I like fucked up shit, man. I like when crazy stuff happens. I like stuff like in sports. I love watching sports. Like, I love all this stuff like people cheating, like with steroids, you know? I am so pro steroids, it's ridiculous. I could give a shit. I could really give a shit, you know? I don't know what Barry Bonds is doing, but whatever he's doing, I hope he keeps doing it. I hope he just comes out as like one big chest muscle with like a bat sticking out. Just keeps cranking him over the fence, you know? Who gives a fuck, dude? People have been cheating since the beginning. Since I was watching baseball in the 70s, half of them were on coke. You don't think that helped you see the ball a little better? You'd be like wired out of your mind, like, dude, I can see every stick. The curveball, I'm gonna fucking fight it. 12th inning, you're all fucking amped up. This is the shit, man. No, I love all that stuff. I like when, you know, people fall out of the upper deck, when athletes punch people in the stands. I mean, that's just like what's entertainment for me now, you know? I like that Jimmy the Greek moment that happens in sports, you know? Like once every 4 or 5 years, you know that? Like some 50, 55-year-old white dude tries to explain why black people are kicking the shit out of white people in practically every major sport, you know? And it always goes down the same way, right? There's always like 3 white dudes, and the one white dude in the middle, he's always like the guy with like the theory. You know, he's always like, you know, it seems these African-American athletes, They seem to have this quick twitch muscle fiber. You know, there's a slow twitch, and there's this quick twitch. And the second the dude says that, like, the other two white dudes start, like, sliding out of frame. Like, okay, this guy's getting fired, and I'm not going to be part of this highlight. Nice knowing you, Ned. Keep that seat warm, right? And the dude in the middle, he's just, like, hell-bent on getting fired. You know, he starts, like, bringing up slavery. And evidently, they were breeding the strongest man with the strongest woman and that quick twitch. And literally 20 minutes later, that dude's on TV. He's, like, fired, right? He's crying, his family's standing there, he's got like a box of shit from his desk with like an Emmy sticking out. He's like, oh, I'm sad, I was just talking about the quick twitch and the slow twitch, and I wasn't just trying to make a point. No, I love that. I love seeing people mess up their careers like that. It's just funny to me. Plus, I gotta admit, as a white dude, on some level, I have to believe in that theory, because it's like, a white dude's that bad at basketball? I can't even watch the NBA anymore, man. It's like every highlight, the white dude's like that, the black dude has like his nuts in his face. Fucking blah! I'm just sitting at home like, for the love of God, tackle the guy. Jesus Christ, get out of the way. Do you ever get tired of those two nuts flying over your head? You know you're gonna be on SportsCenter. Just get out of the way. Dude, I'm telling you, there's got to be something to that theory. I saw this show one time on runaway slaves. It was one of the most amazing programs I've ever seen in my life. Dude, when you ran away as a slave, you just didn't run to the end of the driveway and be like, fuck that job. Just start walking down the street. Dude, you had to, like, run through whole states. There's dogs chasing you, you're hurdling shit, you're swimming. Those were the first fucking triathletes. And there was nobody helping them out. There was no dude on the side of the road like, come on, man, 2 more states, you're in Ohio. Suck it up, you're looking good, looking good. Dude, you were on your own. Is it any wonder? 250, 300 years of that shit, and then I'm gonna D you up in gym class? It ain't happening. I come from hundreds of years of alcoholics. I got like half a liver, you know what I mean? It's just... You know what's funny to me about that stuff? You can't even, like, you know, I obviously know that theory's crazy, but it's just like, you can't even bring up how well black people are doing in sports. Everybody gets all weird about it, which I don't understand, because it's like a compliment, you know? Like, feel how weird it is right now. You know, I just brought that shit up. I'm saying something good, right? It's like I saw a coach get in trouble for that shit. Like, his team was like 0-6 or something. They just couldn't win, and every week the press was just getting on him more and more and more, right? And the dude, he was just like flustered, and he had like a moment of honesty. They were like, why can't you guys win a game? He's like, oh, you know, the offense isn't getting it done, you know, defense, you know, they're too slow, and they just run out. Tell him, we gotta get some more black guys in this team, but I'm telling you, it's not. And immediately, everybody's like, what? Everyone started freaking out like they had no idea what this dude was talking about. It's like, are you watching SportsCenter? Or do you see the Olympics? Like, I love the 100-meter dash, right? There's always like 9 black dudes and that one token white guy in like lane 8. I'm just sitting there going, come on, man, one time. Just one time, just win the bronze, just do what you gotta do. And the white dude always stays with him till like the first turn, then he like fucking blows out his hammy. Those other 8 black dudes are like, where's that white dude the next Olympics? He's like up in the broadcast booth, his career's over. He's like a commentator. Yeah, it's gonna be a great race. Still can't feel my fucking toes, but I'm telling you. No, I don't get it. It's like a compliment. We're saying you're fast. That's a good thing, right? People start all freaking out. Oh, you're acting like that's all we can do. You're saying we can't be scientists. No, we're not. All we're saying is if there was a race through the microscopes, you fuckers would win. We're just saying that you're fast. You get there first. Your lab coat would be flapping in the wind. I get there like 3 minutes later, all cramped up. Are you looking at bacteria? No, you go first. You just go first. Jesus Christ. That was a Volvo. The guy ran by a Volvo in street shoes. I've never seen that before in my life. No, I get into those arguments all the time. All the time. Friends of mine will be like, well, how come anytime a black athlete does something, they say it's an athletic move? Anytime a white athlete does it, they say it's an intelligent move. And it's like, well, fair enough, man. It just depends on what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, if you read a defense, white or black, that's an intelligent move, right? But if you take off from the foul line, jump over 9 other dudes, and throw the shit down, those other 9 guys aren't standing there like, fuck, why didn't I think of that shit? Here I am dribbling around, guys. I think that's some superhero shit. You have like a cake flapping in the wind with a big S on your chest. I'm telling you, man, that's the funny thing about Hitler. Just let me finish. Let me work my way. Let me work my way through this idea. No, that's my favorite sports clip is that Jesse Owens shit. I just love it because their whole angle was fucked up. He made Hitler leave in like the third quarter, right? He's putting down his number one finger, just fucking walking out of the stadium. Jesus Christ. Their whole thing was like, we are going to create a superior race. It's like, dude, I think we accidentally already did that. Now we send a select group of people to the gym every day for a couple hundred years. It's paying evidence. They're fucking dunking on us every day. Dude, how quiet was that limo ride home with Hitler? You know what I'm saying? You know he was talking crazy shit when they were on the way there. They were all amped up. We are going to dominate, Sieg Heil, just going off. That whole ride home, they're just sitting there all quiet. You're sitting next to an even angrier than usual Adolf Hitler, trying to make some sort of small talk, like, hey, it is one nice day, isn't it? You know, nice, good.
First of all, rest in peace to the amazing, incomparable Norm Macdonald. But somebody said, when I feel bad and down, I watch Norm Macdonald YouTube clips for hours and it makes me feel better. And dude, I did that yesterday. And shame on me for only knowing a handful of them. Every fucking thing that guy did, including when he said to Barbara Walters, Clinton killed a guy. It's the fucking greatest thing. And they go, no, you can't say that. And he goes, and she goes, Steph, you came here to be funny. And he goes, what? He goes, I thought it was public record. Dude, just the fucking best, dude. Just the best. And then the ESPYs. Yeah, my favorite, the ESPYs, is when he goes, and Charles, that's something they could never take away from you unless you kill your wife and a waiter. In that case, dude, Ken Griffey's face just goes. So do yourself a favor, whether you knew all of Norm's stuff, lay in bed when you got nothing to do and go to his YouTube clips because every fucking thing is gold. And the last one I'll say was when he was sitting on the couch next to the blonde actress from, I forgot her name, from Melrose Place. And she goes, yeah, I'm doing a movie with Carrot Top. And he was in the seat over. And he goes, you know what they should call that? They start laughing. He goes, box office poison, right? And they just start laughing.
Dude, I saw that.
And then, oh, did I lose you?
I froze up. Oh, you froze up. Yeah, I saw that Conan episode live. I watched that like I don't know, didn't have a spot or something, and I watched it. I just was just in awe of it,
dude. And then Conan goes, "So it's a working title, the movie with Carrot Top," and she goes, "No, it's called Chairman of the Board." Then he looks at Norm and he goes, "Tried to do something with that, you freak." And then he just waits like 2 beats and goes, yeah, the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D. And Conan threw his fucking chair back. The place went nuts. And I was like, dude, the quickness and fucking brilliance of that guy. So great, man. So great. Truly.
And you know why he's cool? He ended up putting that actor in when he did his sitcom. He ended up getting her a job. Because he probably felt bad because then the movie flopped. Because he had like it wasn't going to anyway. You know, what are you going to do? But, dude, as far as like people to go down a rabbit hole, for me, it's him, Norm Macdonald, Ric Flair, Patrice. There's like 3 of them you can just kind of go down, and it's just so different
and great
and fresh and unique. And I thought there was a lot of similarity in as far as what they did, Patrice and Norm. I thought there was a lot of similarity. It's brutal, dude. That guy was just one of the. He's such a nice guy too. He's such a nice guy, and just I thought just so mentally beyond.
Yeah,
all of us, and that I don't know. I kind of felt like he just sort of like that smile on his face was him just enjoying just. Once you get past the depression of observing humanity, if you can somehow get into that lightened thing to just be like, well, there's nothing I can do about it. I'll just sort of enjoy it. Like, I don't know. I don't, there's no way. The hardest thing yesterday was trying to put a tweet out about this. Like, how the fuck do you sum up a guy of that talent in a tweet?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I actually like yesterday after I heard it and I was sad. I never had the pleasure to meet the man, but I can tell you, I got really happy watching his stuff, and time went by really fast. I just was watching clips, and then I'm showing my wife clips, and we're just laughing. And it was just like, I mean, beyond brilliant and beyond. And you could kind of see behind his smile that there's more going on there. But dude, his gambling was hilarious. He would tweet out a fucking golf tournament, everything that happened. Literally, he would go, Tiger's coming up on the second. He's got second shot. And then he would go, Tiger missed that second shot. He's coming up. And he would just, and you think it would be over. And he would just keep doing it. Just so fucking great, man. But dude, when Barbara Walters, when he goes, I just want no homicide in the White House. Let's get rid of that. And they're going like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? He goes, oh, Clinton killed a guy. Dude, it's like, and they fucking freaked out, dude. Dude, Barbara Walters freaked out, and Joy Behar was just looking, trying to smile.
Yeah, because she knew she was worried about libel and slander. Like, you can't do that on TV. But he can do it because he's a comedian, and Bill Clinton's a public figure. It's a weird kind of thing. But she had never dealt with somebody like him.
He said, oh, Clinton killed a guy, like he was telling her for the first time, which was so great. And they just fucking freaked out. But anyway, rest in peace to one of the greats. Watch his clips, and it's a big blow. You could feel it. He's one of those you could feel. So
that was a big one. And I got to tell you, you need guys. I just don't know, why can't somebody who's a fucking, I don't want to wish that on anybody, but one of these cancel culture people, just comedian that tries to take out other comedians.
Ugh.
Every 5 seconds. I mean, what? I mean, the fact that there's fucking comics out there doing that to other comics, talking about events where they weren't even there.
I know.
And they're literally getting this information as I'm getting it, and they just comment on it and try and help take a person out when you weren't even there. Why would you comment one way or the other?
Yeah, it's.
And then you present yourself as like the hero and this champion and all of that fucking shit. Oh. And there's a couple of them, I swear to God, they're worse than the fucking people they're going after. And I'll leave it at that.
A BET favorite, y'all give it to my man, Mr. Bill Burr. Give it to him!
All right, man, what's up? What's up, New Orleans? How you doing? Token white boy in the house. How you doing? Gotta have one every season. They call you up. Are you comfortable around black people? Well, fantastic. Come on down. No, I'm cool with black people. I really am. Black people only making me nervous, like, outside. You know what I mean? No, I do. I get, like, late at night, I get real nervous, I do, because I have a very, like, howdy-doody, kind of mug-me kind of face. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is a true story. This is a classic white guy story. I live in New York. I was walking to the train the other night, right? It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody around, This black guy's walking towards me, right? He's all like thugged out, Seriously, got like his hoodie up. Shirt says like FUBU or Mecca, one of those name brands that like scares the hell out of a white guy like me. I'm just sitting there I'm trying not to be nervous. Like, okay, don't look at him. Don't look at him. Just focus. Just get where you need to go. Don't look afraid. Don't look afraid. Just get where you're going. Trying to be politically correct, but I'm nervous, right? So last second, I look at the dude. This is true. I look at him. It turned out I knew the guy. Right? So now I feel like a jerk because I basically just, like racially profiled like a friend of mine, So I feel like I got to apologize to him. But like on another level, it's like I'm kind of pissed at him because it's just like, dude, what are you scaring me for no reason for? You're not a gangster. You're a nice guy. Do I walk around in a Klan suit freaking you out? Last second, like, pick up the hood, like, just messing with you, dude. Dude, you should have seen your face, man. You were freaking. So I live in New York, man. There's a lot of gay guys around the area where I live. This is something I notice about gay guys that blows my mind. You talk to them, it's like they come from all 50 states. They come from all 50 states, yet they all kind of have, like, the exact same accent. You ever notice that? Like, doesn't make a difference, like, what state they're from. It's just like, hi, I'm from Michigan. Really? I'm from Alabama. Jesus. This is Steve. He's from Kentucky. Hi! It's the bluegrass state, yes. Every damn one of them. I never meet a gay guy that's like, hey, how's it going? I'm from Mississippi. You got a really nice butt there, buddy. Come on over here and let me see that freckled ass one time, Red. Come on, let me see.
No, I'm not saying all gay guys talk like that, but only gay guys talk like that, you know? Like, you never see a straight guy going like, geez, look at her ass. Oh my God, that is so sexy. Oh my God, I have to get her digits. You guys see that whole like Tim McVeigh thing this past week, man? I'll tell you, man, people got too into seeing that guy die. You know what I mean? Definitely got to take care of that guy. But some people are just like, oh, that's not good enough. They should have like cut his toes off and shoved them in his ear and pushed him down the stairs. And it's just like, whoa. You know what I mean? They thought his death was too peaceful. As I said, his death is really peaceful. You know, what's peaceful about we're killing you at 8:30 on Monday? Can you imagine that? I'll tell you what kills you about condemned men. They never fight. They never fight. They always go quietly, like, well, I guess that's how it goes. And they just, I'd go out screaming like a little girl. I'd be like sitting there like clinging to my prison toy, like, get off me! Come on, let go! This isn't gonna bring anybody back. Come on! You do this, you're just as bad as me. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Come on! Don't! I'd be fighting the whole way. Now, you're going to kill me, you're going to earn it. Yeah, I want the guards walking out doubled over like, Eddie, I thought you said you had his legs. Jesus Christ. All right, I'm out of time. You guys had a lot of fun. Thank you very much. Nice to be here. I thought this was over by 7. I'm a stand-up comedian. I tell shit jokes around the country. It's what I do. And I got to be honest, like, I don't know much about writers, you know. I used to think you guys were a bunch of nerds who couldn't hold up your end of the conversation, you know, with strange shoes. I did. Yeah, but it was going to be yet another pilot that was going to fail. I'd just be sitting in a coffee house trying to talk to these writer, and it just would never connect, you know. So I always end up just staring at their shoes. But, like, I don't know. I've always been like an idiot. And, no, I did. I used to think like a pony was a little horse. And there was these people down the street had this pony for like 7 years. And one day I said to my mother, I was like, when's that pony going to become a horse? So, I don't know. I didn't understand what you guys did. Like being in a writer's room. I never really understood like what a fucking hell it is. In the last 2 years of my life, I've spent it in there. And, like, I've just never contemplated suicide more times in my life, you know? Every time you get that note, like, you know, I don't think we earned this moment. This isn't in our palette. Like, well, who do I root for? I just always just think, you know, there's always that sweet option. We're on, like, the 8th floor. I just think it. I think I could hit my car, you know? Maybe land right in the driver's seat and be poetic. No, I do. Just sitting in a writer's room all day. I come home, I just stare at the wall. I can't hear my wife's voice. My drinking is off the rails. And I just want to say to all you guys, I really respect now what the hell it is you guys do, because it is, without a doubt, the toughest job out here. So thank you for writing shit for me to say. All right. And now, I never looked at the teleprompter. Keep going. I'm done with this. I just winged it. All right. That's it, dude. Get to the purple thing. There it is. Okay, the nominees for Best Documentary Screenplay are...
Thank you, Igor, for that sublime performance. I feel like I'm in a virtual heaven. And now, let's mingle and jingle with the stand-up comedian who taught us on Netflix that F is for family. He's nominated for his first Grammy this year in the Best Comedy Album category. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Bill Burr.
Okay, thank you, Janae. How are you? Was I the only one who wanted to kill himself during that piano solo? I bought a suit for this. I thought I was going to be on TV. I'm such a moron. I am losing so much money right now. All right, shout out to all the rock stars that I wanted to meet tonight who are watching at home instead. I'm talking to you, Don Dawkin. All right? What, I'm old. That was my first concert. All right, here are the next categories. Up for bids.
For Best Latin Rock.
All right, and the Grammy goes to Fito Páez.
Love you.
For Best Regional Mexican Music Album, including Tejano.
I can't say this name. Natalie what? All right. And the winner, the Grammy goes to Natalia Lafourcade. Oh, wait. Dude, I will accept on behalf of her. If I butchered her name, I'm sorry. Natalie, you won. Natalia.
For Best Tropical Latin Album.
All right. Hey, how many feminists are like going nuts? So why is this cis white male doing all this Latino stuff? And the Grammy goes to Grupo Niche. Hey, Niche.
For Best Orchestral Performance, the nominees are
And the Grammy goes to Gustavo Dudamel, conducting the Los Angeles Philharmonic. I will be accepting the Grammy on behalf of Gustavo Dudamel. Congratulations. Crushed that one.
For Best Opera Recording, the nominees are
All right, and the Grammy goes to Frederick Ballantyne, Angel Blue, Dead Sea Graves, Latino Moore, Eric Owens.
My name is Angel Blue. I'm so honored to be the representative for the evening, everyone. Thank you.
For Best Choral Performance, the nominated conductors are
7, 9. And the Grammy goes to Joanne Falletta, James K. Bass, and Adam Lubicki. I will accept this Grammy on their behalf.
For Best Chamber Music, Small on.
Hey, how you doing? All right. And the Grammy goes to Contemporary Voices Pacific Quartet.
Wow, thank you for your loyalty and support. Thank you so much.
For Best Classical Instrumental Solo Performance.
And the Grammy goes to Richard O'Neill and David Allen Miller. That was
For Best Classical Solo Vocal Album.
And the Grammy goes to Sarah Braley, Dashin Burton, and Jane Blatchley.
Oh my God, this means so much. Thank you.
For Best Classical Compendium.
And the Grammy goes to Isabel Leonard, Michael Tilson Thomas, and Jack Vad.
Oh my God!
And the Grammy goes to Christopher Rouse.
Oh, this is a wonderful recording. Thank you all once again.
For Best Compilation Soundtrack Album for Visual Media.
And the Grammy goes to Jojo Rabbit.
What? Take care. Appreciate it.
For Best Score Soundtrack Album for Visual.
Sorry, I wasn't listening to that one. I'm going to butcher this. And the Grammy goes to Hildur Guðnadóttir for Joker.
Thank you.
For Best Song Written for Visual Media. The nominees.
And the Grammy goes to No Time to Die.
Hello.